Welcome to Escape This Podcast, a show that's a mix between tabletop role-playing and escape room puzzles. This is the 11th room so far of season 12.
Almost finished.
We've been going for so long. I'm saying at the start of 12 is too big a number.
We cracked past the 6-year mark, yeah?
Over 6 years, that's too long. It's too long, everybody.
Cancel.
This is it. The final
let's just
episode
leave now.
of Escape
I
This
feel
Podcast.
like I'm getting deja vu. Have we done
say
this?
this every
Did we do
time
this
now.
last time?
No, we'll go forever. Every episode we have guests come on and play through an escape room that exists just in our collective unconscious, or our conscious, I suppose. We know what we're doing here. And this episode we have returning guests from Good Job Brain. Welcome, Karen Chu.
Oh my God, I'm so happy to be here.
And Chris Kohler.
Yes, so happy to be back. Thank you for having us again.
I think you've been on our show only the one time. We've done other escape rooms together, but I think you were on at the end of our What Alice Found arc, our sort of Truman
The
show.
finale.
Yeah. This one is not a meta-narrative.
This time you get a beginning and an end.
Yeah, not just an end. You get both. And then we also ran an episode on your show. We ran a bespoke new escape room on Good Job Brain as well, which was a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh. I would have to say it's the first ever in my experience, a pub trivia themed escape room.
That is
Escaping
true.
pub trivia.
It was great. You guys understood the assignment, as they say.
I could not have been more excited. Been a Good Job Brain listener for, 10 years or something? Couldn't believe that was happening.
I think Good Job
It's
Brain
wonderful.
is definitely on the list of shows that without which our show wouldn't exist. I think for you,
No.
I think so. I think for Danny, it was one of her first big listening to podcasts kind of a podcast.
True.
So for people who are listening to this who are not familiar with Good Job Brain, do you want to give a quick rundown of the show?
Yeah, Good Job Brain is a celebration, I would say, of the camaraderie and the frustration and the hair pulling and the laughs that you'd have at pub trivia, with your friends who are equally into facts, answering questions, and just learning about weird things in our world, from the invention of bubble wrap to portmanteau words to Captain Crunch's first name. The whole point of Good Job Brain is not necessarily like competition or trying to get things right. It is the spirit of trivia nerds celebrating trivia all together. So it's kind of
one
like
of the happiest shows that exists.
Oh, thank you.
Well, every time we have guests on the show, we have the same two questions. We'll have asked this to you before, so it's more of an update. But this is an escape room show. So why don't we start with Chris? What is your escape room experience?
I think we probably said this on the first time that I was here, but I will say this again. We did play what is considered the first, U.S. escape room, which was Escape the Mysterious Room, which was run by Scrap in San Francisco, California. And we had played some of Scrap's escape games they did with people sitting around a table. And so we lost that room in spectacular fashion, not because of us, but because of the other strangers that they put in there.
They're
with
always
us.
the other strangers.
It is. We then played the first puzzle break room that was in San Francisco. I think you were there, Karen, for that one, right? For they believe the Alice in Wonderland themed room. So very, very, very early on, really in the run up to the escape room boom, basically, we were doing these. And the update is that I have not done an escape room since the pandemic.
Fair enough.
But my kid is now 8, and I'm sorry. Should really say this. We played a video game together that is called Escape Academy. And I don't know if you guys have heard of Escape Academy, but it was designed they brought in escape room designers to do it. So it's a series of escape rooms that are actually well-designed virtual escape rooms with good puzzles and, done in a way that you can only really do if it's a virtual escape room, the room literally floods with water, or something like that, And we really had a great time doing that. And now he wants to do a real life escape room, and we just gotta do it. Yeah.
And then Karen, what is your escape room experience or any updates since last time you were on?
Me and Chris, we've played so many escape rooms back in San Francisco together. Before that, Crystal Maze, an excellent show. I think we talked about this. I grew up with watching reruns of the British Crystal Maze. with the Rocky Horror Picture Show, Richard O'Brien, right, hosting. That is like my dream. And I think when I learned about escape rooms, I was like, oh, this is like playing
like
Crystal Maze. So I'm the opposite of Chris, where when the pandemic happened, that's all me and my husband and my baby, that's what we did. Because, now escape rooms, they're like, oh, we'll just, instead of pairing you with random people, like you book the whole room, we'll sanitize it.
And it becomes one of the safest places you can be.
Yes.
Yeah, no one's around.
So me, my partner, and my baby, now toddler, we've done probably 30, just the three of us, 30 rooms since the pandemic, or since she was born. It used to be like she's in a stroller parked in the corner and it's just me and my husband. But now she's like kind of like participating, like licking locks, pressing buttons, messing up stuff on the ground, which is fine.
So then the other element of this show is it's escape rooms mixed with a sort of tabletop role-playing style. So why don't we go reverse order? Karen, what is your tabletop role-playing experience? Anything new since you were last on?
Not in the RPG realm, but I've done a lot of now kind of these like board games where it is mystery or escape. You kind of read through manuals and you kind of play a character. I did a Goonies version. Yeah, and it's such a new format for me. But it's very manual because like you're kind of reading the lines. Okay, use this, reference this page, or like a Sherlock Holmes. What's that? Sherlock
Very
Holmes,
much so.
Consulting detective ones.
Yep, the detective agency. And so that's probably the extent of actual role play.
Oh, and Chris, what about you? Any updates or changes?
Nope. I once a long time ago, like 20 years ago, I played about 2 sessions of a D&D game and was like, this is not for me, and I don't do that.
Yep.
Fair enough. That was much quicker. Well, look, with that said, I think we're ready to get started. Danny, do you have all your notes? You're ready to go?
I'm prepared.
Did you write a room this week?
Oh, no.
Well, if you two are ready, I think we can get started.
Yeah.
All in all, the stakes of tonight are not enormous. There is no life or death here, you certainly hope, and if you don't succeed, the worst thing that will happen is you go home feeling disappointed. And either way, it'll be a fun story to tell everyone tomorrow. You see, Golfland is shutting down. The only thing in your suburb that might be considered a tourist attraction, the local minigolf park.
That was where my wedding was.
Oh, really?
Oh, fun.
Our wedding reception was at a mini golf.
Oh, no, you're an expert. Hold on, I got to change some things.
All right, if I'd do the wedding ceremony, right, at the mini golf, but you'd stand at the end of the green right in front of the hole, and the entire time that the bride and groom are standing there, they have to shuffle their legs up and down, and you have to try and get it between their legs and into the hole. They're just holding hands, one leg out every now and then. The priest is dressed like a windmill.
But for the wedding reception, you just have them on like a spinny thing so that they're dancing with each other around the hole, and you have to make sure you don't hit them as they dance.
Yeah, it's perfect.
I like the priest alternating opening their mouths. You gotta time it.
Your parents would take you to Golfland every holiday break when you were little.
Wait, no, I've got one more. You try to put the ring on their finger, and the partner has to be like, whoa, and move their hand up and down in front of their outstretched fingers. So you just can't. You got to try and get the timing right to get the ring on. Okay, now I'm done.
That's not even golf anymore.
Yeah, but it's got the spirit of mini golf. You have to change some things, Chris. It's a wedding.
Oh.
Sorry, please continue.
Oh, you think I can breathe? Thanks.
Go back.
Your parents would take you to Golfland every holiday break when you were little, and if someone had a birthday party there, the whole class was jealous, even though they were all invited and got to go. You never got sick of it, even when it became clear that the place was dated, even back then. But, by your late teens, mini-golf just didn't happen as much. You assumed it was a normal part of getting older, that it was time to pass on the tradition to the next generation of children. But that didn't happen. Mini-golf just stopped being trendy. And after struggling along for as long as it could, Golfland finally announced their closure. It's being torn down and the land sold to developers any day now. But before that happens, you have some unfinished business. Now, Golfland is your standard little kid 9-hole course, except at the end there's a bonus stage. It's a big castle, and the narrative is there's a princess inside named Bibi who will bestow a great treasure on whoever knocks at her window. Kids have to figure out which window is hers and hit their ball so it goes in that window, and then they win the grand prize. Only between the difficulty of figuring out the right window and then actually making the shot, nobody has ever won it before, and nobody knows what the mysterious grand prize even is. You cannot let the park be destroyed before you find out. So you've come sneaking in this evening, hoping for one last chance to win it all. You just need to get the course up and running, figure out Princess Bibi's mysteries, and go home victorious. Simple. Getting past the construction fences was easy. There's no security, so you make it to the entrance without a problem. There is a huge sign overhead that you walk underneath to get into the park. And standing on the ground to greet you is a statue of Tal, the Golfland mascot creature thing.
Creature, eh?
Off to the right is the kiosk, just a very small building, and it has putters still hanging from its outside walls. So it's normally you go up, you pay, and they say, great, just walk around to the left and grab a putter off the wall. Off over to your left is a freestanding power generator. Now, right in the center of the park is the castle, surrounded by a real water-filled moat.
Whoa.
It's not a mini golf park without water, is it?
Yeah.
And in the space beyond that, it's the rest of the park, the actual mini golf course, although there is a safety barricade blocking the footpath to it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so we can walk up to the castle, but we can't get... There's a safety barricade blocking the rest of it?
The rest of the course has a safety barricade in front of it, but
Okay.
yeah, the castle is not part of that area, but it is still surrounded by a moat.
It's what Walt Disney called the weenie.
Oh?
The weenie?
Yeah, so in Disneyland, Disney World, you have the castle in the middle.
Sure.
So it's called the weenie because that's the thing that you see and it draws you close to it.
That's exactly it.
Sorry,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
said like that was
would
an
make
explanation.
sense.
Like, oh, well, it's obviously it's
Right.
called the weenie because it's what you see.
Yeah, you're right. I never questioned that.
That's
It's
like my problem with is it Elton John? I guess that's why they call it the blues. It's like,
Right,
I'm
never
sad.
gets to
I guess
it.
that's why
Yeah.
they call that the blues. No, what? That doesn't explain it. Why? That doesn't explain it. That's just what it is.
And
I
I can
think
see a
it's-
castle. I guess that's why they call it the weenie.
I think it's like an animal bait. Like if you string a hot dog, and I'm like, it's an
That's-
acorn. I don't know. I'm like back.
You do that to animals? You put a hot dog on a string and you try
That's
to
how you-
get
that's
them
how
to,
you catch
get them to
them.
go somewhere? Yeah.
I'm afraid to, but I know that after this, I'm just going to Google why do they call it the weenie and see what shows up.
Walt Disney is not around to tell us anymore, unfortunately. So
Yeah, that mystery went to his grave.
Oh. Anyway, that is it for the description. That's all you've got to work with. This should be a nice, relaxing adventure. And a shout out to my local childhood mini golf place that I just noticed last week is gone.
Oh,
Oh,
damn it.
What the hell?
It's funny because the big mini golf place around here actually is called Golfland.
Really?
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, it really is. Yeah.
It's-
Anywho, so there's a sign. You said the sign says Golfland, but there might be some more details if we examine the sign.
Yeah.
So you go back to the entrance, you crane your neck up to see it. Golfland in huge bubble sort of writing letters. So they are not painted onto the sign. They are physical things attached to the sign.
Are they like light bulbs attached to the sign or?
No, they are just big
Hardware.
things, yes.
Okay. Are all the letters still there?
Yeah.
They are. This part does not seem like they've started pulling things down just yet.
Gotcha. Okay.
Interesting.
We should go interact. I'm trying to take this from the beginning. So
Yeah,
we looked
yeah,
at the
mascot.
sign. We should go interact with Tal, the mascot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what's the deal with Tal? Let's get up close and personal.
Well, first of all, you're never entirely sure what sort of animal Tal was supposed to be. They're amphibious, but they definitely have hair as well. Whatever. He looks happy, so we'll go with that. Got a big silly grin. His arms are splayed out to the sides. Oddly, his hands aren't splayed. The fingers are lightly curled, like he's making some
Ooh.
C shapes with both hands.
C shapes with both hands. Like it's supposed to, maybe it was carrying something before.
Oh,
So it's
nice.
pried out. Or they could be fists with things maybe in it. Like Lego minifig hands.
Ah.
C shape.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
definitely
Well,
what
the
I'm
thing is,
picturing.
Yeah, no, I think you're onto something that it used to be holding something. I mean, it would seem to me like that might be like a golf club.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I was like, what could it be?
What could it be? Maybe it's a golf club. Maybe it's a putter. Anything else about Tal that we noticed that is out of the ordinary here?
You do notice he has a cable coming out of him, a wire heading towards the generator.
Okay. Is it clear that Tal was like used to be like an animatronic or a moving kind of robot figure, or just like kind of a stationary thing?
You can't be sure. It doesn't look like he doesn't have mobile legs, but you aren't sure what's going on. You stretch your childhood memory, but that's just not coming to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are we able to follow that cable back to where it goes?
Yeah, absolutely. It goes to the little generator box over to the left, so you can go take a look at that if you like.
Let's go.
This generator, it's freestanding. It's in the least busy corner of the park. You see a few wires coming off to it. There's the one leading to Tal. There's one leading to the kiosk, the castle, and the rest of the course. So it powers everything important by the looks of it. There is a very small door in the front of this generator, surprisingly, not locked. So you open it up, and you find a panel of 7 dials in a row.
Ooh.
All of them have markings around their edges, 0 to 10, and they're all currently set to 0.
7 dials. We need a 7-digit number, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe a phone number, but if we're in Australia, it's not 7.
Nah.
Phone number.
We get 8.
I put in 867-5309.
Yep, that's phone numbers. Oh no, it works. Why didn't I think of this?
Oh no. Oh, funny. Jenny.
Okay.
Okay. You get nothing.
Just,
Maybe a slight burning smell, so you hurriedly turn them back to 0.
Turn it off. All of Golfland immediately lights up. Tommy Two Tones Jenny starts blaring through the PA. Okay, so we need something for the power generator. Anything else around the power generator look like something we should be looking at?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Let's go to the kiosk.
Let's go to the kiosk for sure.
Makes sense. You head over to that tiny, tiny building. Most of it, you can see through its little window, has been cleared out. There's no cash, no cash register, nothing like that.
Your secondary goal has been thwarted.
Oh, good, yeah. I was gonna rob the place.
I'm pretty sure in my initial drawings of this place, I had a full merch stand and everything, and that just got cut.
Yeah.
The only features that actually are remaining are, 1, the sign on the lower front that says kiosk on it. Makes sense. The putters hanging from the outside walls. And inside there is a single sign left, and it's got some prices on it.
Oh.
It reads, first 3 rounds, full price. Rounds 4 to 6, half price. Round 7, just $1.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it could be formulaic, like math, like if this maps to dials, let's just say.
Right.
7 rounds, 7 dials. So it's like 1, 2, 3 dials would be some price, and then 4, 5, 6 would be half of whatever that number is.
Right. Well,
and then the 7 number is 1.
Is there anything on there that says what full price is?
There are no further indications of anything.
Okay.
All right, well, keep them in mind.
So there's putters on the outside part of it?
Absolutely. These putters, they're organized in 2 distinct rows. The top row, clearly for adults. Longer ones, their grips are all black or dark grey, nothing fancy. But the bottom row, oh boy, this is where the kids have their fun. It's packed with all of these cool ones. So all of the grips have bright colours and all sorts of decorative patterns on them. And some of the heads of these putters are in novelty shapes.
Cute.
You've got you see some that are heart-shaped, some that are meant to look like animal faces. You got a little bit of everything. It probably makes the putting part way harder, but yeah, it's adorable.
Right.
Okay, so obviously Tal up in the front needs a prop, needs a stick-like prop.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be a putter. Should we grab a adult one?
Well, my question would be: are there any putters there that do not look like an actual golf implement? Is there anything there? Do these all look like they're actually supposed to be used by human beings as putters? Or is there anything there that's clearly like decorative?
Depends on how serious you are about golfing, but as far as you can tell,
okay,
some of these kids' ones would not be great for golfing, but you can picture kids choosing them and golfing with them anyway. So you don't see anything that definitely stands out.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if nothing stands out, then I would
let's take a kid one and an adult one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you grab one of each. You go back over to Tal. His hands are stretched out, so there is enough space for one per hand. And they slide in pretty nicely. It feels like you've got the right idea. He was meant to be holding golf clubs. The adult one doesn't quite fit at ground level, though. It's a little bit too long for him.
Yeah. Okay.
The kid one, what sort of pattern or head shape did you choose? Which one stood out to you?
Is there a frog one?
Oh, there's definitely a frog one out there. So you pick the froggiest one and you put that in his hand and it fits. Nothing happens.
Oh. Do we need 2 frog ones?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, are there space to put in 2 putters, or is it literally just? Oh no,
He could fit one in each hand.
He could have one in each hand.
He could have
hands
one in each hand.
outstretched.
That said, you go back to the putting wall, and impressively, you don't see any 2 that are 100% identical. They all have their differences. Every child is unique.
Gee, well, it's like there's a lot, right, of the kids' ones. There's just lots and lots of different shapes and things like that.
Exactly.
So we have to figure out, like,
what's the other one?
Well, no, I mean, the frog one might not even be correct. You know what I mean? Like, we have to figure out, like, what would actually go in there. The sign that says kiosk, that literally just says kiosk, there's no clues on that or anything like that?
It's just the word kiosk painted at, like, the bench. How do you describe that? The bottom part that the bench that a person would stand over.
The shelf?
The bottom of the counter just has the word kiosk painted on it. So doesn't look like anything.
Well, no, duh, it's a kiosk. Why would you put kiosk on a kiosk?
Well, hold on a second. The only reason you know it's a kiosk because it says kiosk.
Anytime I would go to any sort of theme park or anything, I would never approach anywhere assuming it was a kiosk unless there was the word kiosk there.
It could just be a hut.
It could just be a hut. How do I know that's an employee? It might just be people relaxing.
Okay, well, I'll say this. We have not been to the castle.
Yeah.
So maybe we should go to the castle.
And hold on.
What?
Classic Escape This Podcast. Can I look back? Is there anything on the back of the Golfland sign?
There is nothing on the back of the Golfland sign, just the plain wood, in case you couldn't tell that the letters were physically stuck onto the front. Makes it clear.
Is there anything around the back of the kiosk, on the back wall of the kiosk? Because we're in front of it.
There is not. You have received all
a little
the
sign that
information
says
you need
back of kiosk.
Okay.
Kiosk other side.
Okay, so should we go to the castle and see if there's any clues
moat,
there?
Yeah.
We approach the moat. Yes,
it's true. You can't reach the actual castle, but it is the pride and joy of Golfland. Even now, it still hasn't fallen into disrepair. It's got turrets and towers adorning the sides. There's a tall flag sticking out of the top, blowing in the wind, and the front is covered in shining stained glass windows. Not real glass, that would be the WH&S nightmare, but some nice fake that's safe to break and easy to replace. We have a picture of those windows for you.
Yes, you can see a link there to the castle. For people at home, you can see this image. But Karen, would you like to describe the castle that you can see to the audience at home?
Yes, we're seeing 10 stained glass windows. We have 5 on top and 5 at the bottom, and each stained glass has kind of a diamond pattern or a diamond shape. And what I'm trying to see is if any of these, are off or different.
Whoa. Hey, it's Bill from the future. Chris and Karen found a piece of glass that was different so quickly, and in the playtest, it took me so long. And I don't want to deprive you of this, so if you want to play along at home, I've quickly jumped in now to give you some time. If you're looking at the image, see if you can see whether one of these windows is different. I didn't even know one of them was different, that's my defense. but neither did they, so they just did a lot better than me. All right, I thought I'd just give you a second. Feel free to pause here if you wanted to have a look yourself, because in 3 seconds, they're going to tell you exactly which one of these is a different window. 3, 2, 1. There we go.
There is one that is slightly different than the others.
Yeah, and I see at the bottom left that there is no line in the blue area. Yeah. Whereas all the other ones has a kind of like a bisecting line in the blue area.
But otherwise, I mean, they all have a pattern of diamonds and other like quadrilaterals sort of around the diamond, but nothing is jumping out at me as being like particularly meaningful at this time, as far as what the castle windows look like or what we. Unless of course there's golf clubs with kids golf clubs with diamonds on them, and the diamond is the symbol of Golfland.
It's probably hard to say no, there would be none with diamonds there because there's a little bit of everything, but you don't find anything remarkable.
Yeah. Earlier, we were told that, kind of part of the end game is we have to figure out which window to hit our golf ball into to win the grand prize, and I would guess it's the one that's a little bit off, which is the bottom left,
or that could not mean anything. So but yeah, this clearly, I mean, I'm guessing these are the windows that were talked about, but this is the array of windows. Anything else about the castle that we could see, or the moat that before
the
we
flag.
Sort of leave this
what
area?
Does the flag look like?
You peer up at the flag, first of all, waving in the gentle evening breeze. You've never noticed this when you were a child, but it looks a little bit homemade. That excuses the quality. You think that the creature in the middle of it is meant to be Tal, and beyond that, it's just some simple decoration. So let's take a look at that one.
And that is also an image that you can see. So, Chris, would you like to describe this flag for the listeners at home? But again, if you'd like to see it yourself, there's a link in the show notes.
Oh my gosh! Yes. So there is a flag waving from the top of the castle. The flag itself is a pretty standard flag shape. On the left hand side, it has 3 vertical green lines. It's all on sort of a pastel green background. There's 3 vertical green lines on the left, and then there is a vaguely frog shaped frog type thing with his arms sort of splayed wide, which we assume is Tal, although it's not particularly detailed, and unfortunately is not holding any golf clubs in his hand.
It's a very sensual dance pose, I would say.
Yes.
Like interpretive dance, but sensual, but a frog.
It looks like he's doing sort of like Michael Jackson's Thriller, basically.
Oh,
a little bit. Yeah.
You know, like sort of.
I'm seeing more like Martha Graham. Okay. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
All right, have we seen everything there is to see at the castle? You want to remind us again what there is to look at here?
You did point something else out that could be worth a look, Chris.
Whoa.
The moat itself?
Absolutely.
I look in the moat. I stick my head in it and look around.
Whoa. I mean, you can't get wet. Your parents will notice if you come home smelling like chlorine, and you do not want to tell them what you've been doing this evening. So, oh boy. You reconsider that part, but you do give it a good look. It's pretty clean water, so you don't need to stick your head in to see clearly. And you suspect, and your look definitely confirms this, a lot of balls have ended up here over the years.
Oh.
Yeah. But we don't want to get wet. Is there any, again, are there any balls that have any markings on them or anything like that we can see?
All of the balls are pretty straightforward. They're definitely just golf balls. You try to reach your hand in, but they're all quite deep in. You don't want to get your sleeve wet.
Right.
Interesting. Okay.
Because these aren't life and death stakes, you can put in limitations like, no, you can't do this because wet.
Yeah.
Can I get one of the adult-sized putters and pull some balls up that way?
You grab one of the big putters and you give it a look. Your arm wasn't long enough. This very well could be. You reach into the water. Yeah, you can definitely scrape against the bottom now. You push a golf ball up and down. The golf club does not scoop very well.
Okay, all right.
Is there? Are we able to kind of push the balls around so that like we see maybe there's something printed at the bottom or hidden
There
at the
is
bottom of the moat?
not. There is just
Okay.
either sand or some artificial equivalent of
Someone's-
sand down there.
There's a sign that says moat.
So there's nothing odd or interesting about this pile of balls besides
No,
there's just a lot of
It's
balls
just
in the water.
an inevitable collection of balls that got hit there by
Right.
kids over years.
Can
Okay.
we walk to the safety barricade?
Yeah. Let's explore there.
You walk over to where the rest of the course starts, and you raise your eyebrows. This barricade, it's just several interlocked planks of wood obstructing the walking path. The walking path, as in, you could very easily just walk around it. They've only put this here as a liability reduction thing.
Okay.
It's trivial. But you do notice that taped to the front of these planks, there is a printed laminated sign with the word danger right on it. So
Ooh.
you give that a quick read. We've got an image of
hey,
that.
People can see this at home as well. Would you like to read this out? I don't know whose turn it was.
I think it's Karen's turn if you want to read it out.
Danger! Do not walk on course. If engineers are working. Oh, sorry. Punctuation. Danger! Exclamation point. Do not walk on course if engineers are working, period. Note that noise levels may be higher than normal. And then a small kind of line of text at the bottom of this yellow sign. If you do not heed this caution, note that you are liable for damage to yourself or any object.
So looking around, do we see any engineers working?
You certainly do not.
So we're good to go.
Yeah, too easy. The only noise here is you.
Yeah. Well, this is interesting because I feel like I don't know if we need to like solve what
This
goes
sign.
into Tal's hands before we do anything.
Yeah,
Because it seems like we can simply walk onto the course. But the other thing is, should we also be playing miniature golf while we're doing? I think we're out here to try to play around a miniature golf, right? So like, yeah, Tal is missing some stuff, but it's not like we actually need to do anything with it because we're not really here to fulfill his dreams of holding something in his hands. We're here
It's true.
We're here to play some miniature golf and try to solve this thing. I mean, really it looks like we're trying to figure out the mystery of the I feel like we should like be playing through here. Now, we haven't gotten a ball yet. We can get putters that we can use. There are balls. I tried to scoop one with the putter and failed.
Correct.
I try again, but real carefully this time.
You try harder.
Good.
You are ashamed as you're just a little bit ashamed of the doubt that you put in your past self. You thought that you weren't trying your hardest a few minutes ago, but you were. You were trying really hard this whole time. So, no, you're still not successful.
No.
Ooh. Okay, so here's what we can do, Chris. We can maybe try something with the dials.
Mm-hmm.
Punch in some numbers. We kind of have a formula. I'm not sure if that's the right thing. We can try to find the right clubs. So we did see the stained glass. We kind of noted which one was wrong. The flag. Does the flag, the motif of the flag, does that reflect any of the kitty putters?
Tell me what you're looking for.
I'm looking for anything in the pastel green with perhaps stripes of a more verdant green. 3 stripes.
Find one kitty club whose handle has that exact stripe pattern on it.
Oh, okay. So let's put that putter and the just the frog-shaped kitty putter into Tal's C-shaped hands.
You bring that second putter over and you slot that in where you'd put the adult one before. Perfect fit. It seems fantastic. Still nothing happens.
Mm-hmm. He's also not powered on.
Also
not powered on.
We may need to solve the power issue.
All right.
So could we get 7 numbers out of first 3? Well, the thing is, how much does it cost to play here? Because if we figured out how much it costs to play here, then we can figure out, potentially what the number pattern was, because whatever full price is.
It's full price.
Full price. Is it 10?
Well,
maybe it's
there's
$10.
So
maybe full. All right, we go back. All right, we're just gonna try it. The dials go from 1 to 10. So the first
10,
3
10,
rounds,
10.
set it to 10. then the dials 4, 5, 6, set it to
5,
5,
5, 5.
and then set the 7th dial to 1.
Full price equaling full power makes sense. You
Ah!
twist all the dials carefully, and once you get that 1 on to finish, the generator vibrates, it hums,
Hey!
a comfortable warmth begins to radiate off it. And seconds later, you hear and see electronics in Golfland springing to life. You hear some animatronics off on the distant holes.
Yes.
You see some mini floodlights around the castle lighted up better. A dim bulb flickers inside the kiosk, but that doesn't look like it's giving you anything new. It would just be weird for the kiosk not to have a light. And Tal, you look over. He still hasn't changed. He's still not doing anything.
All right, well, let's go back to Tal. Has nothing has changed about, he's not doing anything, but has anything changed here?
You can hear a hum of electricity going to him. Power is definitely working. You wonder if, I don't know, is his circuit not complete in the right way? Something is clearly just not finished here.
Okay, all right.
Perhaps one might say there is one element that isn't correct and needs replacing.
Right, sure. Yeah. It's not the Frog Club, right? It's like the flag pattern club, I feel, is correct, but it's like what would the other thing be in his hands?
It could be, the flag has like a tri-crown shape, on one end, right? It has kind of like the 3 shark
like
fins.
That's on the right. Okay, so is there something on the right hand side, or is there a child's putter that has like 2 pointy shark
3
tooth kind of things on it? 3, yeah.
You take a look. You find one that looks a little bit like it's meant to be styled like a W or possibly a capital M. So,
okay.
Yes, you do indeed find that.
Okay, of course, that's totally it, because Tal is right in the center.
Tal is in the middle.
With his hands outstretched to each side.
Sure, yeah, okay.
Okay.
So yes, so in the left hand we put in the 3 stripey putter, and in the right hand we put in the M jagged one.
You throw the frog putter aside. You slide these new ones in.
You break it over your knee. Get out of here, frog putter. Nobody needs you.
These ones, perfect fit. And you feel that gentle hum of electricity run through him to the putters. And
feel it?
Bam! He comes to life. You take a step back as soon as the hair on your arm starts to go up a little bit.
Punch him in the face and run.
He comes fully to life. His waist starts turning. He's swinging his arms about wildly.
Oh, God.
He had better be careful or, whack! He hits right into one of the posts of the big sign overhead.
Oh, no.
So hard that the whole thing shakes, and the G of Golfland falls clean off onto the ground. Luckily, it doesn't smash. Whatever it's made of is sturdier than that. Though you go to take a look at it, and you do notice that the back of the G is completely hollow.
Oh.
We examined the G, and literally just says the back is completely hollow.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's like, it is a huge G. It is about the size
G.
of
Let's
your
hook it.
head to
We
your
can-
hips.
We can scoop it. We can use it as a scoop.
I love it. I love this idea.
Is hollow and curved. It looks like it would make a good scoop.
Wow.
Let's
G
scoop
for
a
good. Good
G
scoop.
for good. Scoop. Let's scoop some balls from the moat,
Yes,
guys.
let's do it.
All right, you head deeper into what is now Ulfland, and you dip that G into the water. You scoop, and you can catch a ball easily. You can catch as many balls as you want. You have infinite rounds of golf now.
Yes. All right. Let's rock and roll. Let's get some adult putters because we're adults. And
Yep, that's right.
And some balls. Let's go play some mini golf.
Let's do it.
You easily duck past the barricade that's blocking the golf course, and you begin a leisurely little stroll around. Now, many of the holes are already partway through being dismantled, so you can't actually have a good go at playing these, but the bare bones are still there. So going from hole 1 to hole 9, you survey all of these statues and animatronics. Some of them are absolutely in action, but some of them are just still and silent. Their battery packs must have already been destroyed or something. So you take a look. You start at hole 1, which has a big iguana as its main feature. It looks like it's supposed to move its tail around, but it's not moving. It's not lit up, not making any sounds. Hole 2 is working, though. It's got a huge animatronic horse neighing and rearing its legs. There's a cow on hole 3, and it is also switched on. It's mooing and dipping its head down to mime eating grass.
You know, I was literally drawing these out, and I was like, this is taking too long. I was like,
Yeah.
I'll just write the words down.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot about words. Okay.
Hole 4 is a big ice cream cone, and it's not doing anything. Hole 5 is a sort of front of a house facade. So it's got the yard, but the main feature that is on is it's got a door swinging and a doorbell that is chiming and making doorbell sounds.
Okay.
So, like, doorbell rings, door opens. then
So that's
closes
working or
again.
that's not working?
That one is working, yeah.
Okay.
And then, none of the next 3 holes are working. We've got a field of daisies that you're meant to navigate. Then a lighthouse. You're really disappointed that lighthouse isn't on. And the elephant isn't working either. Very sad.
How exactly are the daisies broken?
Maybe they're meant to be twirling or something.
You know, they should
okay,
be
all
going
right.
like in and out of the ground.
Oh, crafty.
Daisies, 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 and like so you think you got a clean shot, and the ball's going, and then a daisy comes up and goes, "Get out of here!"
At least there's a strong finish. Hole 9 has a pig that rolls around in fake mud, oinking, and it's working. It's doing what it's supposed to. And you complete your little circle, and eventually you end up sort of back at the entrance to these holes.
All right. Now, was that a counterclockwise walk around the park or clockwise?
In my picture, it's clockwise. I don't know
Okay.
how relevant it is, but that is how I
Alright.
drew it.
All right.
Okay, so I was thinking as the nine holes, like the object, you know, the first letter of each object would have clued into something, or like the X, you know, we ignore the ones that are broken, or we pay attention to the ones that are broken, or vice versa.
Mhm. Maybe we should only be concentrating on the ones that are actually like functional,
Working.
Mm.
Okay.
right? So we don't have to do all 9. But so if we so I mean, for example, like let's go play hole. If we can we even play hole 1? Like, is the broken status mean that we literally just we can't even play it?
A lot of these holes don't look like they're in particularly playable form. You're not sure where your ball will go if you actually get it into one of the holes.
Gotcha. So if something is working, we can go try to play it, basically.
More so, there are definitely still some things, like on the course, like maybe some bits of old rubble and things like that. So nothing is in amazing condition. It doesn't look like anyone expected you to play.
Okay. No, I don't. I certainly don't. I'm quite frankly worried that the cops are going to show up at some point. But now that we turned it all on,
Yeah.
So we go to hole 1, we look at it, and we were looking at that, and that's we shouldn't even touch it.
Pretty much, yeah.
But now I'm looking at hole 2 here, and there's a neighing horse, and I feel like we should try, play in hole 2, see what happens.
You can give it a go, and yeah, let's say this one seems like it's in pretty decent condition. You use your amazing skills, you've still got it, and you manage to easily beat the par, but nothing happens.
Okay.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm,
So 2 horse, 3 cow, 5 house, 9 pig.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are the working ones.
What do we do with this information?
Looking at hole 1, there's nothing interesting that we
No,
should be looking at, right?
You have
Okay.
noted everything there is to note about these holes.
About
Okay.
about these holes.
All the
Okay,
holes.
okay.
Yep.
Okay. Just what's on there. Okay, so we play hole 3 using our incredible miniature golf skills. We play hole 3.
You do the
Eagle.
best you can. It's a bit of a mess, the ground on this course. Ugh, the workers have scuffed it all up. There are bumps everywhere that aren't meant to be. Ugh, it's a bit annoying. But yeah, you can do some amount of golfing on it. And yeah, it's okay. All of the holes that you decide to play will be either fine or okay or just a bit of a wreck. But there doesn't seem to be any pattern to that. It's just
Okay.
Okay.
very normal.
So 2 hold 2 horse, move its leg. 3 cow, move its head. 5 house, the door moves. 9 pig, rolling in mud.
Can we go in the house?
No, it doesn't go anywhere.
I keep thinking that we're like missing something. Or should we shoot the moon and try to hit the balls into the stained glass window?
Yeah, okay, sure.
You do have everything at your disposal to be able to do that.
To be able to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So we can go, yeah,
Do
okay.
you have the skill? Well, good thing you've just been warming up. So
Yeah,
now you
yeah.
do.
Right.
We're-
Now
yeah.
that we've established that we have excellent miniature golf skill. So I mean, we understand. What do we understand again about this rumor?
You've been told that Princess BB will give a grand reward to anyone who knocks on her window.
And we're looking at these. Okay, so we're back in front of the. Let's say we're back in front of the moat, and we're
Stained
kind of
glass.
looking at the 10 stained glass windows. I mean, Karen, you pointed out that there is one that is different than the others.
Yeah, let's hit a ball through it.
Well, hold on. Oh yeah, okay,
Oh,
yeah, because we
okay,
can't.
hold on.
we
Let's
can't-
not break it.
Hold
Yeah.
on, let's just smash it up.
Like we
so
said,
we could.
this glass is fake glass. It looks like it is meant to be a safe, easily replaced alternative. They knew that
Okay.
people were going to be breaking this stuff.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
I see. Okay. All right. So we, tee up the ball in a good location, and we hit a ball directly at the lower left window.
You set down your ball. You angle yourself just right. You get the right amount of power. You lick your finger and take into account the wind. And finally, you give the ball a lofty chip, and it sails over the moat and right into that bottom left window.
Yes.
You hear this fake glass shatter and a small thunk as your ball hits the castle floor.
Yes.
And then from an unseen speaker inside comes a triumphant "Da-da!" Oh my god, did you do it? You did it. You take a look. The castle door opens up. A little drawbridge descends over the moat. So you eagerly run up. Something is in there, rolling out towards you. It's a scroll of parchment.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay. You unfurl it. And your reaction is... "Eh." So let's take a look.
And this is the note. Chris, if you'd like to describe the note for the people at home.
Yeah, I will. I don't want to, but I will.
Read
The
it
note
out.
Princess
says-
voice. Princess voice.
Oh, princess
Oh, yeah.
voice. Oh, okay,
Oh,
sorry.
nice,
yes,
nice,
this-
nice,
this
nice.
You
is
do it
note
like
for
the start
princess.
of Mario 64.
Yes. I have gone into hiding as I fear my life is in danger. Please find me. 0000011 1001101
Yep.
0000000 and then finally 100100001000000000001.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
So
Don't you love these binary princesses?
yeah, exactly. Isn't that movie The Princess Binaries?
Somebody somewhere on Twitter has binary princess in their bio.
Definitely.
So, the princess has given us a stack. There's no cake. There's just a stack of binaries.
Well, we gotta
I hate
translate it.
this. I know, Karen. I feel like this is your forte.
Well, the first 3 are definitely letters, right?
Are they?
Oh.
Well, the third one is just zeros. It's 6 zeros.
Yes, I wouldn't worry about needing to be able to do binary.
I cannot translate binary into
tell
letters.
us.
No,
Oh.
Oh no,
you don't know.
No,
As characters,
Oh.
it's just some binary.
Right. Okay, I mean, could this be pointing to... Okay, I've gone into hiding as I fear... Oh, I have gone into hiding as I fear my life is in danger. Please find me, ... Okay, so would these be telling us, like, holes that we could, search through? Like, there's 4...
Mm.
Why is that last one so lengthy?
Mm. And why the zeros?
Yeah, also, why the zeros? What's hole 0? And why 6 zeros? Why are all the... Yeah, why is it 0000011 instead of just 11? Or... Maybe it's not binary. Maybe she's just screaming and she's saying, "Ooh, ee, ooh."
Yeah, it's just an episode of Rick and Morty.
I'm pretty sure in our playtest, that's where we ended up. You thought it was the pig. And so
Yeah.
I just started making weird oink noises.
Right.
Oh.
Right. I mean, the first one, if would be 3. But again, you're saying we don't have to like
No
We don't have to-
binary.
No,
to do
no
it.
expectation
know-
that you know binary.
Okay.
Other than maybe the most basic fact about binary, perhaps.
Right. Sure. Okay. Oh, so like, on versus off. Like maybe this is not about like
That sort of
Yeah,
level.
that kind of stuff.
Maybe this is not about like a number. Maybe this is about on off essentially. Well, the holes: iguana, horse, cow, ice cream, a house with a doorbell, daisies, lighthouse, elephant, pig.
I have gone into hiding as I is in danger. Please find me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's like so. Yeah, it's weird because the number of digits
Oh.
change.
Can we walk into the castle now?
No, the door to the castle and the little drawbridge, they were tiny. They were definitely not person-sized.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, sad.
So I mean, again, if this is like off versus on, and so it would be like things that are. I mean, the first one has 6. The second one has 7 digits. Then the third one has 6 again.
And the bottom one?
And the bottom one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
19.
16, 17, 18, 19.
Okay, what about
6, 7, 6.
if we
19.
transpose the number the right word with the right number of letters to the digit placement? So if it's like, oh, but then there's like 2 6-digit, like iguana has 6 letters and the first number has 6 digits, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
but it's
I
hard
see,
to find
I
a
see.
19-letter word as well.
Yeah.
A
There's
little
no
bit, yeah.
19 yeah.
Looking back through other things, I mean, there's we're standing in front of the castle. We can use the flag, the Golfland sign, the power generator. I think we kind of spent that. I don't think we're going to go back and adjust all of those things again for whatever reason. There was nothing at the kiosk, I don't think.
Tal spent because he knocked over the G of the sign, which we used. The moat is spent. We did stained glass. Flag is spent. So yeah, I mean, really, it's the. I'm gonna go back to another sign. We had the danger, do not walk on course sign.
Oh,
I thought that was that was weird that we have a sign for that.
You got it.
Does that transpose?
Thanks. Well, no, because she says my life is in danger and it's underlined. In danger is underlined twice. So so like that's the danger sign. So they have to go together somehow. So again, 19 okay, so then what do we do with well, actually,
Transpose
so
that.
it's there's 3 lines basically.
Yeah.
So it's like
the long way. Yeah.
There's
the word.
4
It's
exactly.
word.
There's 3 short lines and then one
On
really long line at the bottom.
On course if
there you
working.
go.
So what are you doing here, Karen?
So what I am doing here is basically so the first line of the number 00011. There are 6 digits, which means kind of each one is there's 6 words on the other
danger do
sign.
not walk on course.
On course. So I'm taking the ones that are ones. So
nice.
So it would be on course if working note noise. Oh, something about music.
And
00000 means nothing in that third line, and then if not note. Oh God, there's so many zeros. And then the last word. If not note object.
Note.
You got that faster than I did, where I started counting every zero. And Danny had to be like, the 1 is in the last place. It doesn't matter how many zeros. You got this.
So on course, if working note noise, if not, note object.
So if the whole is currently working, then make a note of the noise that it makes. And if the whole is not working, make a note of the object that it is.
Okay.
So iguana is broken. So
it's iguana.
So iguana.
Makes sense.
Nice. And then so 2, horse is working.
The horse is working. So neigh.
3 is working. Moo. Ice cream is not working. Ice cream. Oh yes. House is working.
Okay. Good data.
The
So
door
house is
swing.
working. So doorbell. I think it's doorbell.
Bell.
Yeah.
Bell.
And you could argue, what noise does a doorbell make as
Or
well?
ding.
Ding dong.
Yeah.
I wrote ding dong.
In my notes, I wrote ding dong, but I figured there were
Daisy,
enough
light.
D's flying around that it was okay.
So Daisy's light, elephant.
In middle, lighthouse, elephant, and then pig says oink.
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 In
In
middle.
middle,
Oh,
O.
golf.
So-
land.
In middle. Okay. So yeah. So anyway, just for the listeners out there, we wrote down the object. If the hole wasn't working, we wrote down what it was, such as iguana. If the hole was working, we wrote down the noise that it makes, such as the neigh of a horse. We wrote those all down in order, and the first letters of each of those spell out in middle O.
Mm-hmm.
Golfland does not have a. Oh, I mean, like
Kiosk.
there you go.
We made so much fun of the kiosk called kiosk.
No, I made fun of it because it was clearly there for some kind of weird reason.
Oh,
Because
well,
but
the
then
O's
Danny
in the
says
middle.
that she would never go up to a kiosk because it said kiosk on it.
Is it really such a weird thing for a kiosk to be labeled kiosk? That's what
Yes.
kiosks do.
No, it just obviously is a kiosk, and then you put what you do there. Like,
There.
like
Yeah.
I'm
get
going to
tickets
go.
here.
I'm going to go to the local golf range, and I bet you anything, it's
okay.
going to say kiosk on it.
This might be an Australian thing. I think that, yeah, okay. Anyhow. So we go to the kiosk and we open up the hole in the middle of the O and we crawl through.
We give it a go. So you look again at this kiosk sign, and yeah, it looks like it's just painted on wood. There was no way you were going to notice anything. Even if you brush your hand over it, it feels normal. But you know this middle O is important now. So you push harder. And
Yeah.
right in the center, there's a bit that comes loose. It's like it's just been spackled in or something. So it looks like it's been decorated to look exactly like the rest of the wood. But there is distinctly a small, perhaps ball-sized hole there.
Okay.
Can we put a ball through it?
Put a ball in it.
Let's put a ball.
Would you like to just put it in, or would you like to test your skills one more time and try hitting it?
Put it into the tiny O.
Yes. With the kid's putter. We're
e-
back at the kiosk, so I take the
even
putter
better.
with the frog head on it.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
We
Poetic.
got to use that somehow.
You
And,
make sure you make Tal knock all the other letters off, and then you build a Rube Goldberg set of pipes going towards it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
You incorporate all the moving animals from the rest of the course as well.
Right. Yes.
You make sure that it goes right in. And the good
With
thing,
perfect form. Yeah.
great.
Be
So
the ball, Danny.
you also
Be the
have to
ball.
go and get a fresh ball from the moat, of course, because your last one is still in the castle.
Sure. Yeah.
Easy shot. Just trivial. Nothing compared to the castle one. So you give it a good whack. It does everything. It does the somersaults you expect it to do. It does the 180 turn mid-air that you planned. And it goes straight
sick.
through the center of that middle O. It clatters around inside this bench for a while until at last you hear a satisfying clunk. Then a boing. And then something comes hurtling out the O back at you.
Ah!
You dodge and put your arm in place, and you catch. It's another golf ball, and hold on, nope, it's not a real golf ball. You realize as you catch it. This one is plastic, and it has a seal that you can twist open. It's heart racing. You open it, and inside it's another rolled up parchment. Only this one seems less hasty, fancier paper. And you read it.
To my loyal subject of keen mind and artful athleticism, I am glad you have solved my trials and located my hiding place. Truthfully, I was not in excessive danger, as my last note suggested. I simply had to impart the idea to you that the castle itself was not my home. Rather, this park was. Yes, I know this is a park, yet it is still my kingdom. My father constructed this place many years ago, and when he grew old, he left it to me. Now I too am old, and wise enough to understand that we are in need of a new adventure. The sun sets on the kingdom of Golfland. But be not sad. Be excited. That being said, I can't bear the thought of my royal treasure going unclaimed, which is why I have kept adjusting my puzzles so they have kept up with the park's current state. You'd likely noticed some of my clues relied upon parts of the course not working. It hasn't been easy, so I hope you, my enthusiastic break-and-enterer, appreciated my efforts and enjoy your next great adventure. Glory be to Golfland, Princess Bibi.
You flip over this parchment, and taped to the back is a plastic card. On it, you read the words, "Free lifetime entry to Golfland Senior, non-mini golf for grown-ups." You know what? You've never actually played regular golf before, but you aren't going to complain. And you wonder what sort of hidden prizes will be on offer when that one eventually closes. And you have finished the room. Well done.
You can't, I mean, like, listeners can't see me, but I'm, like, on the verge of tears. Like, that was, like, so sad. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for listening to Escape This Podcast. Don't forget to tune in next week for Podcast This Escape, where we debrief with our guest and discuss the escape room that we just escaped from.